Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here. Sorry I didn't get a video out on Saturday. I am putting a new floor in on my office right now, and I've got everything out in the rec room, and the place is an absolute mess, and the computer's down, so I can't really do any editing right now with it. So I thought I'd go for a quick walk here, talk to you guys on Christmas Eve. Just kind of tell you what's it's kind of about the year and how things have gone, and how much I really truly appreciate you guys, and maybe show you a little bit around our area here. So the newest thing is I'm putting a new floor in, organizing the office, so it's going to be nice and organized. Maybe I can do some videos from the office, maybe some lives or something like that. And so that is kind of what's going on here. Gave away a lot of really cool stuff this year. Lots of cigars, lots of whiskey. So that's been really good, and we're going to continue doing that. I just really appreciate everybody. We got over 2,100 subscribers this year, so that's really super cool. I really appreciate that as well. Everything else has been going really good. Trying to exercise a little bit more, drop a few 100 tons if I can. So I'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on there. Photography business is going great. Lots of really great weddings, a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of fun stuff going on there. What else? There's Cyril the Jaguar is no more. That's a long story, so I could tell it as we walk. So what had happened was I went through McDonald's in August of this year, and the little voice inside my head said, "Don't go through McDonald's. It's midnight. Just go home, you idiot." Because I came out of a wedding, and I was really super hungry, and I thought, no, I don't need to go through McDonald's. This is ridiculous. And then I went through McDonald's, which is a mistake. So I go through McDonald's, and the woman that's working the checkout window can't seem to operate the top of a lid on the cap of the drink. So she just kind of almost throws it, but not quite throws it, but puts it in quite aggressively into the window of my car, and the lid's not on, and it goes everywhere. So it's all over me. So I'm covered in pop, and so I bang on the window, and she's like, yeah. And I said, you spilled drink all over me. Oh, and she closes the window. And so I bang on the window again, and I said, no, you spilled pop all over me. I need some napkins. And she's like, oh, well, they're in the bag. And I said, no, you don't understand. And then she closed the door. So I bang on the window again. I said, no, you don't understand. My whole car is now covered in pop. So am I. And I need some napkins. So she gives me 5. And I'm like, no, I'm going to need like 100. Like the whole inside of the car is completely covered in pop. So she gives me a bunch. And I'm trying to dry up everything as I can. And in the Jag, there is the gear shifter comes up, and it's a rotary dial. So, and underneath the rotary dial is a gearbox. So, no surprise, next morning, gearbox failure or fault and electrical issue. So I call up McDonald's, and lo and behold, it happens to be the Western Canada general manager kind of guy there, and he is so upset and so apologetic, and he's like, we're going to be looking into the video, we're going to settle this. He says, have you talked to Autopack? And I said, well, I haven't talked to Autopack. I'm not sure if it's an Autopack thing. And he goes, check it out. If it's not, we're going to pay for everything. And I said, okay. So I call up Autopack. oh yeah, it's an auto pack claim. So I said, great. It's about $900 worth of damage, you know. So auto pack says, okay, we're going to send Champion Towing down to pick up your car. So I said, all right. And it says gearbox fault. So if they can just tow it up. I said, sure. So buddy shows up. I've got the keys in the car for him. I told him the keys will be in the car if I'm not there. But I didn't bother banging on the door until after he got the car up. But he just drove the car up with a gearbox issue. I guess it's fine. Didn't do any real damage to it until he got to the compound, which I didn't find out till about a month later. So I got to talk to this guy, Oliver. And Oliver is not the best and the brightest they have working at MPI. So anyway, Oliver says, you get an email from him and you're going to talk to him in a month. So I said, all right. So wait for the month, calls up, hey, it's Oliver. And I said, hey, how's it going? He goes, good. He says, oh yeah, by the way, Champion Towing crashed your car into another car, another car into your car in the compound. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, we crashed your car. I'm like, when the hell did this happen? Well, about a month ago. And I'm like, well, why wasn't I told about this? Don't worry about it. We're going to fix it. I said, I know you're going to fix it, but that's my car. It's not your car. And that car was in pristine showroom condition before it went in. He said, well, don't worry about it. We'll fix it. I said, but you're not understanding. Anyway, you couldn't get through to the guy. So Champion Towing smashed up my car. And then I didn't hear anything from him. And he says, oh, well, you got to find your own guys to fix your car. We don't help you with that. Well, that's kind of your job. You should be helping with that, finding a place to fix the car. But he says no. So he sent me a list of who works on Jaguars. Well, there was two. One does body work and the other one wasn't AutoPack accredited. And the rest of them weren't AutoPack accredited. So I called like 50 places and none of them were AutoPack accredited because of the really strict stipulations they have. So if you work on one car, and that car needs a certain part, and that part's $5,000, you need to buy that part, even though you may not ever work on that car ever again. So a lot of garages say, forget it, we're not doing that. It's crazy. So they trying to get a hold of Oliver, can't get a hold of this guy. Yeah, and then I get an email back from him after I email him saying, oh, I'm going to be gone for a month. I'm like, crap. And he says, so contact Bison. So I contact Bison, and Agath gets a hold of me, and she's freaking amazing, unbelievably amazing. She deserves a raise. She's amazing to work with. Right away, she got me a guy, this General Steam, to look at my car, and they're AutoPack accredited, so I'm great. So they towed it there after sitting in their lot for 2.5 months. Well, General Steam, the woman who works the counter, she can't read an AutoPack form because she says it only covers us for $500. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. That's the extras on top of it if there's any extra fees or anything like that that goes with it. Anyway, they didn't look at it. The owner wasn't around. And then so I'm calling for about a month. And then she finally says, oh, yeah, we looked at your car. And she goes, big problem. And I'm like, what's the big problem? And she goes, mice get in. And I'm like, what? Well, it was sitting in AutoPack's lot for 2.5 months. Mice got in under the car, completely destroyed the underside of the car, like inside all the engine compartment, and then ate through all the electricals. So she said there's 181 electrical faults now. So I'm like, what the hell? And then Agath calls me up and she goes, Chris, I've been dreading this call all day, but I gotta let you know something. And I'm like, what's up? We're writing your car off. I'm like, you're what? She goes, yeah, we have to write your car off. And I'm like, why? And she goes, the damage is so extensive to it, and and it's going to take forever to fix your car. I said, why didn't you just take it to Jaguar? Like I said, even though Jaguar is not Autopack accredited, they would have been able to look after the thing and fix the car properly right off the bat, but they didn't do that. And I said, can Autopack just do 99% of the damage to my car? It went in with $900 worth of work, ended up with well over $35,000 worth of damage. Plus, they're not even counting the electrical stuff. So it could have been $40,000 worth of work on my car. So they just wrote it off. And she goes, unfortunately, that's what they do. So my pristine showroom condition car that I loved for almost 11 years was written off in 2 months by our Manitoba public insurance company. Unfreaking believable. So that was a big thing that happened to me this year. I mean, it's not horrible or anything, like nobody died or anything other than my beloved car, but whatever. What can you do? You can't do anything about it. But we ended up, as the car was sitting in there, my wife is like, we need another vehicle. She goes, you drive your Jaguar in the summertime, and then we drive this winter beater that her dad gave us in the wintertime. And I'm like, yeah, it's a free car, it's awesome, and it's a 2001 Intrepid. And she's like, that's a piece of crap. I said, it's a peach of a car, it's got 60,000 K on it, it's nothing, it drives great. And she goes, it smells like gas. I said, yeah, there's a slight gas leak in it. Because I'm not driving that. It's got a gas leak and it's dangerous, forget it. So anyway, long story short, we ended up going out and buying a Santa Fe. So we're back to a 2-car all-season vehicles now. So we don't have a winter beater and we don't have a summer car. We've got 2 cars now that we drive around. So that was the end of that. So I'm back into car payments, unfortunately, but what can you do? Photography's been going great. Lots of new things that I've been working on with the brand. So I'm going to be doing a lot of rebranding. I'm going to be adding a lot of stuff to this channel, like a ton of new stuff coming up. A lot of fragrance stuff. I'm going to be doing, more product stuff. Maybe hopefully some traveling. Maybe even, if this is interesting to you, maybe even walk around. This is kind of where I live here. This is a little subdivision that I live in. A guy out playing hockey out there. Typical Canadian, which is awesome. So anyway, I just thought, this is a new playground that they put up for the kids here this year. The playground they had here was just fine, I think, with the old one they had, but they put a brand new one up here now, and it's actually quite big, and they did a really great job of it. So so good for the kids. They're gonna love that in the area. My kid is 21. They still come out and play out here. They're fun kids. We don't have anything really too crazy planned for Christmas, just the typical stuff. Thankfully, I'm home for Christmas. When I was flying, when I was a pilot, I was gone for the 20 years that I flew, or 21 years that I flew. I think I was home for maybe 2-3 Christmases at the absolute most. Now I'm a photographer. Been home every Christmas, thankfully. So tomorrow what we have planned is we're going to go and open presents here at the house, and then go see my wife's parents, spend some time with them, and then go to my mom and dad's and have Christmas dinner out there with mom and dad. So that's kind of the plan for that. And then back home again and chilling, relaxing, and get back to work in the office to get that new floor put in, and get the computer back up and running, because everything's just a big, huge, freaking god-awful mess in there. But it's slowly coming along. Had this shitty parquet floor in there that I just absolutely hated. And I thought, if I'm going to change it out, now is the time to do it. Because I got some time now. So I don't have another shoot now for a couple more days. So if I can get, half the floor done and put the desk back in and hook the computer back up, and that'll be up and running again. So that's the plan for that, and then slowly work on the rest. And then we've got to move all the wine out. So I got to move the wine out of my little cellar there I have in my office, and I'll show you once we finish it, because it's still a mess, the rec room. But we turned the library into a little lounge. So I'll show you what I got going on there. I'll show you all the bottles that we've got up. I've laid those down on their side already, so we don't have to do those ones. But all the other ones in the cellar have to come out for their yearly laying down on the side there to wet the cork. So I'll show you everything that we've got there. I'll show you all the wine that I've got. Yeah, we'll do that. So that's kind of the plan for the next few videos here coming up. We'll be doing that. We'll be working like that together. Let me know if there's anything else you guys have planned, or anything else that you'd like to do, and what your Christmas plans are, or what you're kind of hoping to get for Christmas. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you for watching and subscribing to this channel. It's just, you guys mean absolutely everything to me. You guys are absolutely incredible. So I just really wish you guys all a very, very, very Merry Christmas, or whatever you guys celebrate, and all the best in the new year. We're gonna have a lot of fun together. We're gonna do a lot of hangouts, and yeah. So thanks for everything. On here now, starting to get a little dark out. Not too dark. Yeah, no, it's still good. I just got sunglasses on. It looks all right. You can see there's a bunch of hockey nets here, little hockey rinks that guys kind of make in their backyards. There's usually quite a few more here. I think there's like 5 or 6 on the ice right now here, but there'll be more in the new year for sure. There's usually like quite a few sitting right in here too, right off the side. Maybe the kids have gone out to university, or they just didn't do it this year, but yeah. But anyway, let's continue on with the walk here, get that in for the day on Christmas Eve. But thank you again. Thank you very much for absolutely everything, all the support, watching, the fun we've been having, friends I've been making, and to my Patreon guys, man, you guys are absolutely freaking amazing. We're gonna get something cool with the Patreon money that we put in, and maybe we'll do some maybe special Patreon giveaways here as well in the new year. So I'm sure we can arrange something like that. So thank you again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you real soon. Take care, guys, and thanks again. Bye bye.